And now welcome to Rabaul in the province of East New Britain, Papua New Guinea. We came here a few years ago and we enjoyed it so much that we wanted to come back. Rabaul has had an incredible history. It was occupied by the Japanese during the Second World War and they built an airport here, and it was totally flattened by bombing from the Americans, the Australians and the New Zealanders. 4 of the world's tectonic plates meet around here, so this is the site of intense volcanic activity. And in 535 AD there was a massive eruption that led to the formation of this great big volcanic caldera. Then Rabaul has been totally consumed by volcanoes in 1937 and then again in 1994. And so they've had to rebuild the city and live under the fear of volcanoes for all of its history, really. Today we're going on a tour with Ralolo Tour Services, and Rachel's our tour guide. They offer all sorts of tours around Rabaul. Very good company to go with. You want to see Rabaul and all of its sites.
My name is Rachel.
And she's going to be our tour guide today. We're looking forward to seeing the sights of Rabaul. We're now up at the observatory and you can get an idea of the caldera here that was formed way back. In the middle there is Mount Vulcan, and then over on the left we've got Mount Tavuvua. And the flat area in front is where the Japanese had their airport. And down here is Rabaul town, which was covered by each of the volcanoes and also flattened by the bombing during the war. And right in the middle of town is the Pacific Explorer. Such a privilege to be able to visit here. And here we have Mount Vulcan. And this is the one that erupted in 1937, totally destroying Rabaul. They call this the place of fire. It was a total destroyer. Who wouldn't have liked to have been here when that happened? Looks quite quiet today though.
Here we see over there, it's like a kitchen. We call it house cook. House cook in Topisin, house cook. Hello. In my local language, halna cook.
So this is just typical housing outside of the cities.
Outside of the city. The house is made of bamboo.
Yes, you make your own house.
Yep. You make your own kitchen. But not in the house, it's outside the house.
It's always outside the house.
The house.
Yeah, maybe you could get...
Fire. If you make fire, then you have the whole house burnt down.
Okay, maybe you could have a kitchen like that.
Yeah, barbecue.
They love it when the cruise ships come in and they bring out all their handicrafts. So colourful, eh? This is where the township of Rabaul was before the volcanic eruptions, and it just got totally covered with volcanic ash and more or less disappeared. So the town is still there, but it's underneath all the ash. And here we have Mount Tavuvua, which erupted in 1994 and destroyed Rabaul. There's still evidence of lots of volcanic action right here. Hot springs, and all of this is volcanic ash covering the area. In here it takes 20 minutes to hard boil an egg and 15 minutes to soft boil an egg. And it's fun getting them out too.
And here's your tongs to take your egg out. And so the last eruption was only in 2006, not that long ago. And it's amazing that this little piece of pumice came out from that mountain behind us. It's incredible, the power of nature.
These rocks are about 100 kina, $50, and they're used for making septic tank toilets because they absorb so much stuff. They get the stones over there at the base of the volcano, put them in a canoe, and then bring them back over here for sale. And from here you get quite a good view of the site where the Japanese airport was, on the flat area in front of us here. And bombing by the Allied forces destroyed the airport and basically led to the Japanese advance into the Pacific being halted, together with what happened in the Solomon Islands. Very significant moment in World War II history. With all the intense bombing of Rabaul, the Japanese had to stay safe, so they built hundreds of kilometers of tunnels, over 350 tunnels. And they lived inside the tunnels, and they had barges to carry all the stuff that they needed to live. So this is a Japanese barge tunnel.
This is for storing, like storage, medical supplies, food, and they use it for execution and sleeping.
So they more or less lived there.
Yes.
So in these tunnels is where Admiral Yamamoto controlled what was happening in this area, in these bunkers.
Here's his map, written on the ceiling inside the bunker. This is the New Guinea Club where the expats used to gather, and some leftovers of the war effort. So here's an ode to Rabaul. Twine gently vines about this vanished town. Bloom on, O flowers, in righteous array. Lie gently, leaves, as you come tumbling down. Who knows? Rabaul may live again someday. That was written by Gordon Thomas at the POW camp here in Rabaul on the 7th of June, 1945. Now we're in the Rabaul Page Park markets, and you can get all your fruit and veggies here. If you don't grow it at home or catch it in the sea, you come here to the market to get your food. And it's all very, very fresh. And here's the betel nuts, the mustard, and the lime. They're all mixed together in your mouth as you chew your betel nut. The market here is very, very much the heart of the community here in Rabaul. What do you reckon about Rabaul?
Unbelievable, isn't it? How nice. Unbelievable. Great. Look how nice the people are too, aren't they?
Yeah.
So friendly. Great.
So Rabaul was worth coming back to. We really enjoyed revisiting some of the places and seeing some new things. Coming to the market here brings it all together, because this is where the community comes to meet, to talk and to sell their wares. It's been a great day.
Well, we've had a great tour with Ralolo Tour Services, fantastic tour company, and Rachel here has been a fantastic tour guide. If you want to have a really good tour of Rabaul, get Rachel and get Ralolo Tour Services. They're fantastic.